Hello, fellow artists. This is Mr. Lane. I'm working from home, and right now I'm on my back porch. Thought I'd show you all how to draw a tree today, and maybe we'll put some birds in it. You can probably hear some birds in the background every once in a while as we're working. The sounds of nature. What you'll need is a pencil. That's about all you need. And a piece of paper. If you want to use some crayons, I've got a tray with some crayons in it. I'll also show you what these are. These are called drawing sticks. Drawing sticks are just like a pencil but without the wood covering around it. This one happens to be a 6B. 6B means it's really soft. It'll give a good dark line. I'll show you that in just a little while, but I'm going to start off with a basic pencil. When you're sketching, best to hold your pencil real loose. What I like to do is grab it with the end of it in the middle of my hand, keep it real loose so you can just move it around and move your arm more than you move your hand. For your paper, you can use any kind of paper, even a notebook paper that has all the lines in it if you want to. If you happen to have a blank piece of paper, that's even better. If you have one that's blank on one side, but maybe has something on the other side that you're not using, that's okay. Even if it's a different color paper, that's fine too. Any kind of paper, what you're doing is you're practicing your skills. You're practicing your skills. And as you practice your skills, you'll get better and better with your skills. So don't worry about messing up. I intend to mess up a little bit here too. But each time I draw, I get better and better. Holding my pencil real loose, I'm going to just sketch in a letter Y here. A letter Y. Why? Why not? On that Y, I'm going to put another Y coming off of it. I'm just holding my pencil real loose. Another Y. And it gives me a nice branch kind of line. Kind of loose, branchy kind of line. An unpredictable kind of line. Put another Y over there. Another Y up here. Maybe even a Y coming down for these branches. Y, Y, Y. That's a YY tree. Even in the middle you can add some more Ys. And if you want to get really teeny tiny with some branches, put some more Ys up there. Now what you want to do is keep your pencil loose and go ahead down the trunk of the tree. And down to the bottom where there's going to be some roots going in the ground. Just kind of keep it loose. Across each of these branches. Right now it's spring, but there aren't too many leaves on the tree, so there aren't going to be too many leaves on this tree yet. Just kind of keep adding a few branches here, a few branches there. It's okay if you mess up. We'll be covering up a lot of these mess ups with a little bit of color and maybe some birds sitting on some of the branches. Alright, keep on sketching in those branches. And when you get to the point where you think you got enough, press down a little bit more on your pencil. Now here's a different way of holding it. If you lay the pencil down and pick it up on its side, you can use the side of your pencil to kind of shade in some of your tree. Make it a little darker with the pencil. As you're shading, you can even add a few more branches if you want to. Now I'm going to add a branch down here, coming across, coming down, and then out, because I want to put a bird right about here. The way I draw a bird is I start with a circle. Now I'm going to hold my pencil a little differently, holding it the way you would draw, but I'm still working really light with my pencil. I'm going to draw an oval, and on that a circle. Couple of points coming down for a tail, a point coming out for a beak. Now if it's the kind of bird like a blue jay or a cardinal that has a bit of a crown on top, you can even sharpen up that. a little bit of a line for a wing, and darken in an eye. And I've got my bird. Now, I want to show where the ground meets the sky, so I'm taking my pencil again, holding it real loose, back into my hand again, and surrounding it with my fingers. I'm just going to draw a line going across, somewhere up above where the roots are, and that's going to show where the ground is and where the sky is. So when I go to color in, I'll know where to put the color. For the color, I'm going to choose a sunset-y kind of color. So on the bottom, I'm going to start off with a bit of yellow. It's okay to color right over the pencil. You don't have to color around it. Next, I'm going to come up with an orange. Just above that yellow a little bit. What color do you think is going to be next? Those of you that said red are right. Go up with the red for that sunset-y kind of colors for the sky. You can even bring that red down into the orange a little bit. Color in nice and loose so it'll blend. You can even bring it down into the yellow, all the way down to the bottom too. Now for the ground, I'm going to go with a little bit of green back here. Add a little bit of blue on top of that green. Make it a bluish green. Go ahead with this color, blue. And since the sun sets behind the tree, I'm going to put a little bit of a gray shadow on this side. Just a little bit of a darker shadow down below, like it's casting a shadow. Now with that gray also, I'm going to go into the tree trunk and color in over the tree trunk and the branches a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit of brown on top of this gray too, so give it a real good tree kind of color. I have to choose a color for my bird. I've got a lot of blue jays coming around in my yard, so I might go ahead with some blue on that bird, make it into a blue jay. I know blue jays are about that color blue. Go ahead with the blue all the way down into the tail and up into the head. Now take my pencil again and go across where I know a blue jay's got their mask. And a few lines coming down and into the tail, into the beak, and the eye. Probably hear a blue bird behind me, unless that's a woodpecker. Alright, so I've got my tree. Now if I wanted to, I could take a green and start adding some leaves, because they're just starting to bud out on the ends of the branches. I broke my crayon, that's alright, it still works. A few buds on the very end. If you've got a tree that blossoms, it's a good time to observe your trees in your yard or in the neighborhood and see what they're doing. They're probably coming out with some buds on your trees as well, and maybe even a few leaves on some of the other trees that have already add some buds and blossoms. So you see how I'm adding some of those buds to the tree. Some trees have pink blossoms. I'm going to come down with this pink crayon over here. Put a few pink blossoms in there as well. Well, I hope you have luck with your tree, but remember, the more you do, the better you do. The better you get, your skill level goes up. I would suggest drawing 10 trees, and you know the best one's going to be your 10th. So, have fun, practice, keep your skill level growing, and I'll check in with you again with some more lessons for drawing. Maybe in the future I'll show you a couple of lessons about painting. There's my tree with the bird and some blossoms in the tree. Hope you enjoyed that. See what else I can show you how to draw in the coming days. Bye bye. Have fun.